Hello, everybody. Welcome to Liam's Library. Sorry, I've been away. We have a special episode today. My favourite short story by Stephen King. Now, as the years go by, your tastes change. Like they do, man. They do. My favourite book was It when I was a fucking teenager. That is not even in my top 10 anymore. No, not even fucking close. Like Roadwork, Do My Key, Rose Matter. Don't get me started. There's so much better than It. But as a kid, it's all about the killer clown from outer space, you know? And as a kid, like I've said this a lot, this is in one of my Night Shift videos, see? I always mention that Night Shift was the first book by Stephen King I ever read, before It. So, Strawberry Spring, I managed to read, I reckon, when I was... Let's not exaggerate, let's actually think about it. I reckon I read Strawberry Spring in Night Shift when I was fucking 10 years old. You know, there's some words you don't get when you're 10 years old. You also don't understand certain subtle prose. But even at 10, I found myself appreciating it anyway. I kind of got that Strawberry Spring was a much more serious story than like Children of the Corn or fucking The Boogeyman. Strawberry Spring. It's got the nicest name too. If you can make a horror story and give it the sweetest title so nobody knows what they're in for, you're winning. Stephen King, The Man Who Loved Flowers, about a guy that smashes women's faces in with hammers. The Man Who Loved Flowers? Yeah, okay. Anyway, Strawberry Spring, okay? Now, as a kid, Strawberry Spring was my favourite story. Now I'd probably say my favourite story is Nona. But Strawberry Spring, I can't turn my back on it. It's just so fucking well written. It's about a college kid. You can tell King came up with this idea when he was in college. Of course he did. This college campus is called the New Sharon campus. This kid starts experiencing murders around his campus. Murders of women on campus. Like students getting murdered, okay? And nobody knows who's doing it. And it comes during the time of Strawberry Spring. Now, in... America, where they're at. It's like New England, isn't it? Something like that. Maine. Maine. Stephen King book. Every 18 years or something like that, you get a Strawberry Spring. And it's like a false lying spring, where it's like, winter's still got more to give you. It's pretending it's spring. And the thing is, Strawberry Spring brings with it the smell of the ocean, even if the ocean is miles away. And the smell of the ocean and like the trickling of rain in the gutters and fog. Okay, fog creeps onto the New Sharon campus like a wraith, like a fucking living being, and just, if you're a college student and you're at their local pub there, the Grinder it's called, and like you're sitting there listening to music, eating fucking burgers, drinking beers, all of a sudden you walk outside into the campus and it's just quiet and silent, like the streets of London when Jack the Ripper was cutting up prostitutes. That's the whole fucking angle. That's the angle of this story, okay? It is Spring Heel Jack, but it's Jack the Ripper. Now, there's an old folk legend called Spring Heel Jack about a man who was murdering women in England years ago, hundreds of years ago, and he could just jump fucking walls and get away and stuff like that. He was a maniac. Could have been a true story, I don't know. But this book plays on the Spring Heel Jack angle. But Jack the Ripper, if you've ever read Yours Truly, Jack the Ripper by Robert Bloch, you'll see that this story is also highly influenced by that short story. Now, the story starts, Strawberry Spring starts with our main protagonist opening the paper. Now, he's married now and he's not in college anymore. He's married, he's got a wife, he's older. And he sees that Strawberry Spring has come again. It's been 18 fucking years. And then his mind casts back to when he was in college, 18 years before, and Strawberry Spring came along with Spring Heel Jack. And people were murdered. Like a woman was found with her head cut off. They haven't found the head. Dead woman on campus with words written in blood on the car windscreen, just ha ha ha. So someone's getting away with murder. And everybody at this campus, especially the way King writes it, they all suspect one another. It's like, fuck, did you know her? Her name was Gail Kerman. It's like, yeah, fuck, I knew her. Shit, yeah, I fucking knew her. Fuck, my brother-in-law used to fucking date her friend. Or I knew her, yeah, she was in my fucking social economics class. On that day, when they found her dead, everybody knew Gail Kerman. And it's just written so well like that. And they question him, our main guy. The cops question him, like, where were you on the night? And he's like, oh, fuck. He was studying, whatever. And it's just told from the point of view of eventually after these murders, the police has to shut down the college campus and everybody gets sent on their spring break a lot earlier than they're supposed to. And everybody's scared, everybody's fleeing this campus. They're happy to get out of there. There's a killer amongst them, a serial fucking killer. No one's ever caught. It ends that way. Now we fast forward 18 years and Strawberry Spring has come again. And we're in the mind of our protagonist who's grown up, he's got a wife, and he's talking about how even back then he liked to walk in the fog, and he wouldn't see anyone, he would see shapes, people, couples walking in the shadows, in the fog. But in the fog he saw no faces, and he was always alone walking through the fog, clearing his head or muddying it up. Anyway, 18 years later, and he's driving through the fog, and he's thinking about back to what happened on the New Sharon campus. And he's driving through the fog and he's thinking about the trunk of his car. Thinking why he doesn't like that word, trunk. Such an ugly fucking word, isn't it? And why he should be scared to look in his own trunk. He can hear his wife crying in the other room. She thinks that he was with another woman last night. And oh my God, he does too. And that's how it ends. It ends because he's the fucking killer. Every time he went walking in the fog, that was him murdering these girls. 18 years later, and they found a new body on the New Sharon fucking, college site. He's doing it again. And he doesn't know how he does it. And it ends that way anyway, so it doesn't give you any more than that. We just know that those women were murdered by the person telling the story. And it's the first time I ever got a twist like that. It's similar to the twist from Yours Truly, Jack the Ripper, that Robert Roth wrote, which King definitely fucking based this on. It's got that twist ending. And it was the first time I ever kind of ran to my big brother Sean, who wasn't reading back then, and I'd be like, Sean, let me tell you about this fucking story. And Sean's like, oh yeah, why? What happened? And I'd be like, oh, this happened. And I'd tell my brother word for fucking word what happened. My brother probably knows more Stephen King than most readers out there, just because I've spent my entire life telling him about every single fucking story that blew my mind. Which is the reason this Liam's Library channel exists. People are sick of me talking about King and all my fucking ideas about it. Why not just talk to the internet about it? I'll find someone who wants to fucking listen. Strawberry Spring might have been the first story to start that. The first story I ever ran to my brother, just fucking bursting at the seams with all these horror ideas and how fucking excited and blown away I was from reading Strawberry Spring. And it goes down in history. It's probably the greatest short story he wrote, just about a serial killer. But Strawberry Spring, they need to make it into a film, but they need to do it delicately, subtly, properly. Anyway, that's me done. My next story will be... Let's have a fucking look, eh? The Ledge. The Ledge by Stephen King is next. And then I'm going to do The Birds by Daphne du Maurier. So, take care of yourself today, please. Shitty weather out there. Read some great books. Watch some even better fucking movies. And, don't take any shit from anyone. Bye.